Hi, and welcome to Ottawa. As a lot of you I'm sure are aware, Ottawa is the capital of Canada. And right behind me here is the Parliament buildings. Today I want to talk to you about successes and failures. You know, life's always good when we're succeeding, not quite so good when we fail. But you know, the thing is most lessons are learned when we fail. You know, I can tell you through my own failures, I've learned so much more than I've actually learned through my successes. And because of those failures, has actually allowed me to become more successful. You know, there are amazing people in this world, but there's something that the true top entrepreneurs all have in common. They've either failed, become bankrupt, or nearly become bankrupt. And yet, they've all come to the same dawn of realization, which is this: you know what? I can just do it again. But this time, better, because now I've learned from my failures. You have to find it within yourself every time you fail to realize what it was that led to that failure. Life is full of patterns. And if you understand what pattern you're in, you're able to change that if you need to. Failure has a pattern. Success also has a pattern. How can we learn what patterns are in successes and what patterns are in failures? Well, very, very simply. We can learn from the other entrepreneurs around us. Now, some of us might not have the opportunity to speak to top-level entrepreneurs, but we do have access to their books. We do have access to their audiobooks. We have to learn what mistakes they made, understand the pattern, and that way we can see what led to their failures. I absolutely promise you right now that life runs on patterns. Business, personal, I don't care what age you're at, they run on patterns. So if we're going down a route and we thinking to ourselves, my gut feeling is not telling me the right thing here, look at the current pattern that you're on and ask yourself, is this a pattern to failure or is it to success? And if it is to failure, you can change it. One of my absolute all-time favorite sayings is this: if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And it is the truest saying you can possibly hear. I know if you look back into your own personal areas of life, if you followed the same pattern, you've got the same thing. You have to make those changes, and you have to embrace those failures. I can tell you, my hand held high, I have made failures. I have wanted to curl up in a ball, hide in a corner, and shield myself from everybody I know. But that is the start of a pattern to failure. You're on a slippery slope down to nowhere. What you have to do, this is another one of my favorite sayings: every time you fall, stand up. Rise again, start again. Think of a baby. You know, when a baby starts to learn to walk, if they fell down, which they do all the time, do you think a baby just says, oh, I can't walk? No, it steps back up because it doesn't know what failure is at that point. It knows what it needs to do, which is walk, because everybody else around it's walking. It's the same thing. You need to look at those things and embrace the failures. Learn what you can. I've learned the most from my failures. Anyway, I put the challenge to you now. What failures have you had in your life? What patterns have you noticed looking back on those failures? Are you now successful? Were you able to recognize the pattern, change it, and lead yourself to success? You know, I want you to let me know. Have a look at your lives. If you've made failures, if you've turned failures into successes, let me know what you've learned from it. If you've not learned anything, then you need to look deeper. You need to look harder. Because I promise you, there is a pattern there. Anyway, let me know what you've done. Let me know how your successes have come about through your failures. And if you've not quite reached your success yet, let me know what your failures are. Let me know if you're even struggling to find the patterns that you're constantly going through to lead you to possible failures. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to enjoy this glorious weather that's here in Ottawa today, and I'll see you in the next video soon.